Hello and welcome back to yet another recording under the AZ-104 lab series. So in this recording I'll be going through lab 6 and that is on implement traffic management. So as the lab scenario suggests here, you are tasked with testing, managing network traffic, targeting Azure virtual machines in the hub and spoke network topology, which also considers implementing in its Azure environment instead of creating the mesh topology which you tested in the previous lab. So there's a previous lab, it should be lab number 5 I guess, which just tests on implementing a mesh topology, but in our case here we'll be implementing something else, which will be a hub and spoke network topology. So this testing needs to include implementing connectivity between spokes by relying on user-defined routes that force traffic to flow via the hub, as well as traffic distribution across virtual machines by using layer 4 and layer 7 load balancers. For this purpose, you intend to use Azure Load Balancer, which operates at layer 4, and Azure Application Gateway, which operates at layer 7. So there's a lab simulation here. You can just click on the link and try to go over it. Then so far I think you can already see what we'll be working with, other than the ordinary resources. That goes for things like VNet, subnets. So in this lab we'll be looking at user-defined routes and load balancers. Specifically we'll be looking at the ordinary load balancer, which operates at layer 4, and Azure Application Gateway, which is another load balancer that operates at layer 7. So we have a note here, and this one is very important. If we go through the note, it just kind of it's kind of like a precaution on if you're using a free subscription. So if you're using a free subscription, you may run into an issue while using the default templates that will be used in this lab. This is because the free subscription will limit the number of vCPUs that you can deploy. So it says here that you're limited to 4 vCPUs while using the free subscription. So because of that, we'll need to change our VM size to something else. I'll show you. So we have six objectives to be completed. Actually, you can think of let's just go with the name tasks. These are, we have six tasks to be completed over here, and the time estimated for this lab should be about 60 minutes. And this is the architecture diagram of the lab itself. So just an overview of what will be happening. We will we'll have 3 VNets. So this is the first VNet. The second VNet will be this one. Then the third VNet will be this one. Under each VNet we'll be deploying different resources. So as you can see, in VNet 1 we'll be having 2 subnets, and each subnet will have a single virtual machine inside it. Under VNet 2 we'll also have a single subnet with a virtual machine, and under VNet 3 we'll be having a single subnet as well with the virtual machine running in it. Then as for the load balancers, we'll be deploying these load balancers to just manage traffic in different VNets. So the load balancers, if I'm not wrong, all the load balancers will be deployed in VNet 1, as we'll find out with time. So for the first load balancer, which will be the ordinary load balancer, that will be deployed under VNet 1 to manage traffic coming from going to the 2 VMs, VM0 and VM1. As you can see here, that's why you see this kind of extension to just give you a view of what will be happening with this load balancer right here. And this load balancer will also be having its own subnets, so it will be sitting in its own subnets, despite having despite being in VNet 1. Then VNet, the VPN application gateway application gateway load balancer will be also in a different subnet, but within VNet 1 as well. And that application gateway load balancer will be used to distribute traffic going to virtual machine 2 and virtual machine 3 respectively in VNet 2 and VNet 3, as you can see here. Okay, so exercise 1 is on provisioning the lab environment. In this task, you will deploy 4 virtual machines into the same Azure region. The first 2 will reside in the hub virtual network, so that is VNet 1, while each of the remaining 2 reside in a separate spoke virtual network. So spoke virtual networks, those will be VNet 2 and VNet 3. So you need to sign in, and then we'll launch Cloud Shell for this, and select PowerShell. Then if it is your first time using Cloud Shell, just make sure to create a storage before so that you can now make use of the Cloud Shell. So for this lab, we'll need some 2 files, and to get those files, what you can do is since I'm on GitHub already, I can just duplicate this file. Then what you need to do is to navigate to the parent directory, this one. Let me just highlight it. This is the parent directory, kind of like the parent directory. So you need to navigate to that directory. I'll just and this is how it looks like. So whenever you get to the AZ-104 Microsoft Azure Administrator directory, so the next thing to do is click all files / labs. Then you want to go down to folder number 6, and these are the 2 files that you'll be needing. So what you can do is just click on the first file, which is the loop parameters.json, and click on the download option or button there to download it. It's not a big file. I'll go back, then I'll select the second file, loop template.json, to download it. I'll just download it, and that's it. So back in the portal, that is Microsoft Azure portal, I'll just launch Cloud Shell using this button. I'll drag this slightly. So at this point, I'll just wait for Cloud Shell to launch. Okay, I'll type in CLS to clear the screen. Then just to show you, if I do ls, I don't have any. Okay, it seems like I do have some files here. So if you happen to have some files as well, what you can I can recommend you to do is just to remove them. Alternatively, to view the files that are there, you can just type in code space period, then hit enter. Then can expand this and drag this as well. So click on the left pen, this block right here, just click anywhere here, then scroll down just to see what files are available there, and these are the 2 files that I have so far, but I want to remove them before I upload the new ones. So to remove these files, what you can do is type in rm for remove, And then since both files start with AZ-104, what I can just do is input the keyword AZ-104 and an asterisk key at the end, or the wildcard symbol. So I'll just type in rm space space AZ-104, then the asterisk key. I'll hit enter. So that should remove the two files. If I do ls once again, I don't have the files there. So what you can do as well in the editor is just to click on the refresh and see if it will update the same. So if I scroll down, I don't have the files here with me. So I can click anywhere in the editor once again, anywhere here, then click Ctrl Q to exit. Then what I want to do is upload the files that I've downloaded, since we need to do that. To do that, click on this upload button there, this one. I'll click upload, then I'll select this one, the template. You can start with any template or parameter. I'll select the first one, upload it, then you'll get this notification just letting you know that the upload is successful. So I'll upload the second file. That is the parameter. I'll click open. So it has successfully uploaded. So I'll clear my screen once again and I'll do ls to list, and you can see that I have the two files here with me now. Sorry, right here. So that's the first file, and this one is the second file. I can as well open the editor just to see if it's there. So I'll refresh it once again, and here are the two files. So once you have the two files, what you want to do is go into them and edit the files. So this one, you have two options. You could there's an option of just editing the files before you upload them, or you can as well edit the files from this point once you've uploaded them. So I'll try to edit them from here. I'll click on the parameter file. I'll start with that. So we need to change this value right here, the VM size. So this value, we need to change it. So for that, just before we change it, what we need to get, what we need to input there is a value for a VM size that will support something like 1 vCPU, because we'll be deploying 4 virtual machines. So if you go with the virtual machine that has a virtual machine size that has 4 vCPUs, then we can only deploy 1 virtual machine if you're limited because of using a free subscription. But then if you're not using a free subscription, you can go ahead and use the template without changing it. But if you're using a free subscription of Azure, then you'll need to edit this. So you just need to find out find virtual machine size from maybe the portal. So how I did that is I'll just minimize PowerShell. You can try to create a new machine. It doesn't mean that you create a machine entirely. So I'll just try to create a new virtual machine, and under the regions here, you need to tweak this. You need to change this entry. So because I tried with East to West, but I couldn't get a working virtual machine size that seems to be compatible. So what I did is I just tried Brazil, yeah, South America, Brazil. I'll select that as the region. Then the next thing is to go into VM size, this point here, and click see all sizes. Then under all sizes, you want to make sure that vCPU here is selected. Just toggle make sure that it's checked to all. So if I click there, you can see that it's checked to all. Then under VM sizes, you need to check on this column, vCPUs. So you can see that the rest seem to be having 222 except for this B1S. So we have two sizes that seem to be having one vCPU. I went for the first one, the DS1, because B1S, I was facing an issue with it. I kept getting a notification that it doesn't have enough memory, so I felt like maybe I may run into some issues with it eventually, so I decided not to go with that size, and that's why I got myself going with this one, the DS1 V2. So that would be your size. So you can just close this blade. I'll close this blade as well. Click OK. So I'll go back to PowerShell. I'll expand the editor. You can just click full screen. So under editor, what you want to do is edit this virtual machine value to DS1. So I'd save it somewhere here. I'll just copy this value, DS1 V2. Copy that, and under value, I'll just backspace here and paste the value I copied, that is DS1 V2. So I'll copy that. Then to save this, just notice here that we are in the loop parameter.json file. So I'll click this other file, loop template. Then it will prompt me to save my file, so I'll click save. So I'm in the loop template because you need to change both files. You need to change the VM size in both files. So let's change it in this other file. So just backspace here, and paste in the size, the new size. Then I'll click this other template. It's actually this one. So it will prompt me to save my file. I'll click save, and I can click anywhere on the editor. Since I've already saved my files, I'll just key in Control and Q to quit out of it. Then I can type in CLS to clear the screen now, a PowerShell screen. The next thing you want to do is we've uploaded the files, we've edited it. The next thing we want to do is just come to instruction number 5. So it says from the Cloud Shell pane run the following to create the first resource group that will be hosting the lab environment. You need to replace the Azure region. So this block right here, you need to replace this block with the region that you'll be using. As you might have noticed, I'll be using there is South Brazil, actually Brazil South, because the VM size that I intend to use is supported at least in that area. Then so I'll just copy this code. You can copy it, paste it in a note somewhere. So it's the same thing you see here on screen. You can paste it here, then edit the Azure region to the region that you'll be using. So in my case, I'll be using Brazil South. That's why you see Brazil South there. I'll backspace that. Then this will get this will kind of store the variable of our resource group. So I'll just copy this one as well, paste it in a node somewhere, and this is what you see here. Then the next thing, you can copy this code. This is the code now that will actually create the resource group itself. So I have the 3 copied codes right here, sets of code. So I can copy it all at once. Then I'll come back to PowerShell. I'll hit Ctrl+Shift+V to paste it there. So once I see my cursor blinking, and it seems like it just executed the command itself. So you can see that so far what happened is that we've created this resource group, and the resource group name itself is AZ-104-06-RG1 for resource group 1. Then from the Cloud Shell pane, run the following to create the 3 virtual networks and 4 Azure virtual machines into them by using the template and parameter files you uploaded earlier. So we just need to copy this block of code, this one, and be using this button once again to copy it. So I'll just hit copy. Then I'll come back to PowerShell. I'll hit Ctrl Shift V to paste it. Once I see my cursor blinking, as you can see there, I'll just hit the return key or enter. Then it will prompt you to input a password that you're going to be using for the virtual machines. So the password will be, okay, you can come up with any password that you prefer. So I'll just paste in my password. I'll copy this since I'm going to use that as my password. I'll hit Ctrl Shift V to paste. You can as well type in a new password and make sure that you save it somewhere. So at this point, it will take a while before the deployment is complete. It says that it's noted here that it may take up to 5 minutes or so. So I'll just wait for it to finish, then come back.